Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a pre-fight show for UFC 219. Chris Cyborg versus Holm for the UFC Featherweight Championship of the World, the 145-pound title in the women's division. And yeah, this is going to be a barn burner pay-per-view card, amazing card to top off 2017, which wasn't too bad of a year overall. And so it's a pre-fight show, the main card with predictions, and let's get started. So the main event for the featherweight title, Chris Cyborg defending for the first time against Holm, former UFC bantamweight champion. I think Cyborg has it down pretty well, and she's dealt with high-level strikers like Marlos Kunin in the past, and Shayna Baszler, that I think she should be able to deal with the striking of Holm good enough and be able to take her down and grapple with her, or knock her out in the stand-up by cutting her off in a corner against the cage. Cyborg knows that Holm's going to try to keep the distance and land flashy kicks, and that's not a bad game plan. But Cyborg is well aware of it, and she's able to deal with it. So I think first round knockout for Chris Cyborg. This is going to be a tough fight, though. I'll give Cyborg a 51% chance of winning this fight. Holm, to me, is an underdog, but only by a very, 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 very narrow margin. Yeah, because Holm could this could go either way. Because stylistically, Holm's strong, especially in the first couple rounds, and obviously great striking. So this could play into, stylistically, this could play into Holm's favor for the first round or two, which Cyborg hopefully can deal with it, and I think she can, and I think she gets it done. So I'm picking, yeah, Cyborg first round knockout. Then in the co-main event in the lightweight division, we have Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Edson Barboza. Edson loves to throw flashy kicks and flashy punches, and I think that's where it's going to leave it open for Khabib to take Barboza down, and Khabib will get that takedown and get that submission in the second round, and yeah, it's going to be. I think, you know, I'm an Edson Barboza fan, but I got to be honest, and I think stylistically this is an easy fight for Khabib. You know, unless this is like a Kevin Lee where it's a high-level wrestler, it's going to be a long night for Edson Barboza, so I think Khabib gets it done for this fight. And yeah, second round submission win. And then also in the lightweight division, also on this main card, we have Dan Hooker versus Mark DeCasey. And both these guys are top prospects that have been fighting on UFC Fight Pass cards for a while. If you're not a UFC Fight Pass subscriber, do subscribe. These guys have fought on there and had amazing fights. These guys are flying under the radar, but they are talented fighters. Don't overlook them. Yeah, I'm picking Mark DeCasey by knockout. Yeah, round one. I think Dan Hooker is the better grappler, but I think this stays standing and it favors Mark DeCasey due to the fact that it stays standing. And Mark DeCasey is a knockout artist. He can get it done in the first, second round. So I think he gets it done first round knockout here. Maybe a flashy roundhouse kick. Yeah, DeCasey round one. Then in the women's strawweight division, we have Cynthia Calvillo versus Carla Esparza. Carla Esparza, former UFC strawweight champion, going up against a top prospect in Cynthia Calvillo. Cynthia Calvillo, at this point, I'm buying the hype. She's undefeated. She's 6-0. She's fought Joanne Calderwood, which I picked against her in that fight, and she proved me wrong. And she just steamrolled through. Was it Calderwood? I believe it was. Anyways, yeah, Cynthia Calvillo has done her thing, and she knows how to get it done. And yeah, so I'm picking Calvillo by decision. I think she uses her size and strength on Carla Esparza, gets it done. and outlands Carlos Esparza on the striking. And I think to a large extent this fight stays standing, but you might see some grappling in the mix. But yeah, I'm picking Cynthia Calvillo by unanimous decision. Then in the welterweight division, we have Carlos Condit, former interim welterweight champ of the world, going up against Neil Magny. Neil Magny, he's probably the breakout star of season 16 Ultimate Fighter. And, you know, we've had some success stories like Sam Alvey also on season 16. But Neil Magny has done, I think, better at welterweight than Magny or Alvey has done at middleweight. Yeah, this is I think a coming out fight for Neil Magny. I think Carlos Condit has taken too much time off, and Neil Magny's been the more active fighter, and he's more focused, and he's determined to get this win. And his jiu-jitsu skills on his back aren't too bad. Both guys are not known for their takedown defense, but I think Neil Magny, if he wants it, he could get the takedown here and make it a grappling war and probably win the grappling war, thus winning a decision. So I'm picking, Neil Magny by decision. But this could be a split decision. If I had to say, it would be majority or split decision win for Neil Magny. I see this fight going the distance, and I see it being a tough fight for either guy. Only giving Neil Magny a 60% chance of winning this fight. Carlos Condit, a 40% chance. So this fight could go either way. And yeah, I'm a big fan of both these guys, and I'm really excited. Oh, and an honorable mention on the prelims. The reason why I'm wearing this Brock Lesnar shirt. On the prelims, we have Miles Fury Jury fighting Rick Glenn. And yeah, the featherweight division, and Miles Jury, as some of you diehards know, he was on Team Lesnar of The Ultimate Fighter. He lasted till the end of the first episode because he got injured and then had to get off the show. But technically, he's a Lesnar guy, and so I gotta support Miles Fury Jury. Plus, I'm a fan of Fury Jury, and and Brock Lesnar, of course. So I'm rooting for Miles Jury in this one, and I am picking him by submission round 2 because Miles Jury has outstanding submission skills. And I'm sure Dominic Cruz could vouch for me on that. And yeah, that wraps this up, and stay tuned in the coming future for my post-fight show on this amazing card. And until then, see ya, and Happy New Year. Okay, bye. See ya.